Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mindful Dose YouTube channel. It's been a really long time since I've done a card reading for you guys, so quick update, and feel free to skip all of this, jumping into the group that you select in the description down below. I can't remember the last reading that I did, like the timing of it, but a lot has happened in my own life in the last 6 months. My home life has changed completely. My late husband passed away unexpectedly, and I've just been adjusting to the change and kind of finding the ground beneath my feet again. So I'm at a place now where I feel called to do this reading. I have been called for weeks now, but the timing seems to work out today. So the message for today's reading is simply about what kind of energy you need to let go of in order to welcome in new energy. At the time that I'm recording this, we are approaching the new year, 2024, but feel free to watch this at any time, as long as you're called to the message. So in your head, think of a number between 1 through 3. And that is the group that you're in. I'm sorry, I don't have the visual selections for you, but I want you to use your intuition in this moment also. So whatever number it was that popped into your head, go ahead and look for that time description for that time mark in the description below and jump into that reading. So thank you. We're going to start with group 1. Okay, group 1. So if you noticed, I just shuffled all the decks that I had and I'm using, and I laid them all out. This is my new way of doing these card readings, and I'm still kind of figuring out a layout that feels like it works. But right now with the tarot cards, I have it laid out. We're just gonna flip them all up. Okay, so group 1, it looks like, if you are watching this around the holiday season, it's like this time is really draining you and you are just exhausted. And although you are so excited to spend time with your friends and your family, your loved ones, mentally you're just so exhausted. And otherwise, like, it just seems like right now you're in a place where you are open and willing to celebrate and welcome new energy, but your mind is just kind of exhausted. So something you need to let go of is I feel like there's a bit of disorganization when it comes to outlining your goals and how to approach them. Like there's maybe like a disconnect between doing the action towards completing what you have listed for yourself in terms of goals and achievements and so on, even just a to-do list, really. So we have to figure out a way how to organize our energy. And I think one of the ways that you can do that, so let me jump back up. This is the mental exhaustion that I'm seeing, but look at all of this celebration and happiness going on around you. That's right now. But right now, like you're kind of on a mission to do something new. And you're in a position to do that. But again, there's like some level of disorganization before you can kind of feel that sense of achievement. And the way to kind of achieve that energy of completion and of completion. Just look at the cards. I think it requires you to emotionally let go of some baggage. Like there's emotional baggage that's tied into this mental exhaustion that I'm feeling. And you're kind of being called to walk away from something that you are emotionally attached to. It could be a person, a place, or a thing. But you're invested into something that kind of no longer needs your attention. It's time to move on from that. And you have to be brave about making that decision. We have both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So it's a really big call to action. And it almost, like I'm kind of feeling like it requires your full brain capacity to be able to make this decision. And the message coming from your angels and ancestors is mountains. It's stand your ground. So yeah, coming back to this, like standing your ground takes a level of bravery and commitment to a decision. And I actually want to read the description for this card because I have gotten it before for myself, and I do like the way that the author describes the message behind mountain. So I will do that for you. Mountains. Hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things over with those around you and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. That I always love reading the description in the books because it just ties everything I say within the tarot cards. But it talked about balance. It talked about the message for organization. Talked about all of this. So you are being called to root down. Practice some grounding techniques and practices to keep you here and now, because I think part of the problem of being disorganized is that our mind is being taken into different directions and different times. So focus on mindfulness, being present in the moment, and doing what you can in that moment, and also acknowledging what you have achieved in that moment. So a little message for self-care. I have connect with your womb. And if you are not a womb holder, connect with your creativity, because this is an area where creation happens. So if it's not the womb, connect with creativity. And the way that you can connect with your womb is honestly, like, one of the ways that has come up with this is like using a heating pad a couple days before your cycle. It's something as simple as that. But the way that you can connect with your creativity is just doing something creative with no agenda behind it. There's no like, I'm going to sell this, or I'm going to market this, or I'm going to post it on Instagram. You just want to do something creative for yourself first, and see what that does for you at the end of that creation. We have intuition. So these grounding techniques and practices will help you clear the air in your mind, and you can sense your intuition with a lot more clarity with a continuous grounding practice. And journal. Journal is another way that you can ground yourself, just bringing your mind to paper, clearing kind of junk thoughts, or just focusing on positive thoughts. Everyone has a different approach to journaling, but bring pen to paper, put words on paper, and see where that takes you. This is your self-care message. Your spiritual self-care message, it's from Angels and Angel Prayers, by Kyle Gray. So I have inner power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. I have love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. And I have the inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. That's beautiful. It's a really beautiful card. I like the colors. It's almost holographic. But there's a message of love, and there's a message of creation going on here in your spread. So I do feel like your intuition, like part of the message here is really connecting to your intuition and identifying when your intuition is speaking loudly. So, and manifesting your greatness, I got music has what you need. Right? Music is healing. We know that music can do so much for us. I mean, there's music therapy out in the world. So music has what you need. I think create a playlist for yourselves with the vibe and energy of music that makes you feel connected to your goals for the upcoming time. And that is my message for you. All right, group one, I hope that this brings you some peace and clarity for the year ahead, or for the upcoming time ahead whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can book one directly on my website below. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Group two, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to pull all the cards out, and then we'll talk about all of them. Group 2. Let's take a look at what you got. Okay. All right. So here's what we're working with. I feel like you're kind of going through a testing time right now. Like you're kind of leaving a situation behind. And it took a lot of like strength and willpower to make this decision, but you're doing the right thing for yourself and perhaps maybe even for your family or for the people around you who are also affected by the decision. So you're doing something for a better future here. Something we kind of have to let go of is perhaps overextending yourself or kind of like being passive. I feel like you're a little too generous where it's at a fault. Generosity and charity and being there for others is a great thing, but in balance. And I feel like it's not in a balanced place for you, Group 2. If you adjust that, if you adjust the way that you exchange your energy or yourself in terms of money, or like with a job, or with how much you help other people, like the people who are always like, I need help, but they're not offering help to you in a way that it feels like it's a friendship or it's a good, healthy relationship. I forgot the beginning of that sentence, but basically those were the examples that I kind of felt come through. Once you kind of fix that, then I feel like you'll have a more caring and thoughtful way of using your energy to help people. Because here we have Queen of Pentacles, and the line of energy that needs to be let go, you got the King of Pentacles, which is about action, and it's very like energy put out there. Queen of Pentacles is a lot more receptive. It's a lot more like turn inwards. So you kind of want to flip the switch in terms of like how you use the energy. So instead of putting your energy out there, just bring it back inwards. Think a little more nurturing and caring and patient, just a lot more soft and flowy. People are not going to like it, but that's okay. It'll almost kind of clear out the kind of people that you don't really want in your close circle. It'll make room for something a little more intimate, and that can be a significant other. And the reason why I say that is because over here, and I'll get to all of this, but we got the Pleasure card in terms of self-care. So like, for example, if this is relating to you on a romantic level or on a relationship level, it's almost like you're extending yourself to too many people, and you want to just bring it back and like extend yourself to yourself. Take yourself out on a date, or go to the salon just for yourself. Get pretty and dressed up for yourself. Do it for yourself first, and don't worry about those people that aren't going to pay attention to you anymore because you're not paying attention to them. Like, someone will pay attention to you that is deserving of your attention, if you kind of shift your perspective. So the message from your angels and ancestors is stand your ground. And I had this card for Group 1 too. And the way I shuffled the deck, it kind of just told me like pick this card, and it turned out to be the same card I got for Group 1. Mountains, stand your ground. And I read it for Group 1, but I don't feel so called to read it to you. It's more just about, again, like what I have been kind of saying, like stand your ground and only commit to expending your energy towards people, places, and things that matter and like truly matter and make you feel good about yourself. So in your self-care pile, we got the intuition card. By drawing your attention inwards, you're nurturing that intuitive part of yourself. Dance. Dance party, girl or boy. Pleasure. So I'm getting the sense of like, enjoy yourself. If you're watching around this holiday season, really let yourself be immersed in the celebration and in like the uplifting energy. When you're with your loved ones that want to celebrate and fill the room with positive energy, let yourself feel free and dance, or let rhythm kind of take over your body. And that can show up in dance or in pleasure or yes. So that's kind of it. The spiritual message here, we got the same cards as group 1, but in a different order. We have love and accept yourself first. And that kind of comes in with this message of Queen of Pentacles and like expending your energy to yourself first. And then the inner voice kind of pairs up with the intuition card. There's layers to your intuition, and you really kind of want to silence the mind through meditation to be able to listen to that inner voice. And then inner power. Again, a lot of internal messages here. Inner voice, inner power, intuition, love and accept yourself. This is all about you. This message is all about you, and you have to remember that. Remember that you're leaving something behind because it was too much about everything else, everyone else. You got to come back to yourself and find out what it is that you want to feel and experience, because this life that you're living it only for you. Unless you have, children, then you are tied to them and living for them as well. But you know what I mean. So the manifesting your greatness card, we got tell your friends your goals, which is interesting. It's kind of like a little bit of a different message than what we're trying to let go of. But I think what we're saying here is like, not everyone is your friend. And by doing the work of going inwards, you'll realize who your friends are and who are the people that support you and who can maybe even help you kind of achieve your goals. Like, you don't have to do all of this alone, but you don't have to do it with every single person you meet and talk to. So, group 2, that was your reading. I hope that brings you clarity and direction to focus your attention towards in the upcoming time ahead. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my website in the description down below and book through there. Thank you. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. So I'm just going to shuffle all of the decks, pull out all of the cards, and then we'll look at them all together. All right, group 3. So let's take a look. Okay, group 3. We got some big messages here. All right, we'll start with what's going on now. I feel like some of the first impressions I got with this reading is that it's definitely relating to home life with your partner, or soon to be home life with a partner. So if that's not really resonating with you, let's see what comes up later. But these were some of the first impressions that I was getting. And right now, what I'm saying is like soon to be home. It's kind of like you're very early on in the journey, and you're figuring out like kind of like there's a journey ahead that you've never been on. Like, what am I going to pack? How am I going to get there? Let's take a look at the roads leading to there. Like, you're kind of brainstorming and planning the adventure, and you have a visualization of what you'd like, but it's really up to the events that play on down the road. So some of these blockages or energies that are kind of not useful to you right now is I want to say like planning everything out to the T. Like I don't feel like there's enough space for spontaneity or for the universe to do some of the work for you, because that's what we're kind of doing. We're kind of working together with the universe, with our willpower, and you know, the way the dominoes kind of fall outside of our own universe of energy. So like these two together are kind of overpowering, and with the Empress, there's a lot of femininity behind this. So it's one thing that came up to my mind when I first saw the spread was if you're trying really hard to have a baby and plan it, like if you're trying to plan it, like I want a spring baby, so I must conceive, like this amount of planning is not helpful for you or for anyone involved. And that's just an example. It doesn't have to specifically be about planning for a family expansion, but it could be planning anything for your family or for yourself. And being too specific about it. There is a level of manifestation that is welcomed and supported, but there has to be some level of grounding yourself. Like this is too much. This is too much mental power. There needs to be some kind of physical way for you to kind of ground yourself into the present moment and resist the urge to like overdo something. Because what you do want to welcome is adventure with your loved one, or really with like a harmonious relationship with the universe. You don't really want to set yourself up to disappointment and anger with forces outside of you. With the World card, I think this is a very, very powerful tarot message in general, because this is a very pivotal point in your life. You're kind of at the end of something and in the early stages of something else. So you're in this in between, and in the in-between, you kind of just want to let yourself relax and go with the flow just a bit, because you will phase out of whatever this end is, and you will phase into whatever this new is. It's kind of already happening, and not much is really expected of you to close one, open the other. It's the shift is happening, is what I'm trying to say. And by just kind of letting go a little bit, you'll leave more room in your heart to give love and receive love and feel that freedom to just see what the adventure brings. So just like group 1 and 2, which is crazy, and I'll have to like look at my video and see how well I'm shuffling, because I definitely shuffled more than once, but you guys also got mountains as a message from your angels and ancestors. All 3 groups have gotten mountains. So if you're interested in what the book says about the mountain card, feel free to go back to group 1, but I don't feel called to read it again. As I mentioned to group 2, I don't feel called to read it. I think this is more of like a message about grounding your energy. Everyone watching this video needs to be sure that they have grounding practices. So let's see what some of the self-care messages and rituals say here. We have connect with fire, which is a way to kind of ground your energy. You can gaze at a fire and just like let yourself be mesmerized by the dancing flames in a safe container, of course. So that's one way to do it. We have drink tea. Drinking herbs that have beneficial properties to your body, to your mind, and to your spirit. It's such a beautiful thing to do. You can drink tea while looking at a fire. And the connect with fire could even just be a candle. You know, it could be as small as a candle or as big as a bonfire. And then make an altar. Direct that energy of planning and detailing every step of the way. Direct it towards your altar, and that would be your place to kind of surrender your energy. It's a safe, sacred, and beautiful space that you connect with. You build it as you see fit in this moment in time. Colors, objects, pictures, flowers, anything that calls to you to be put together and assemble. That's a very beautiful way to connect with your energy, your ancestors' energy, and the universal energy, depending on, you know, what you put on your altar. So really beautiful. Your spiritual self-care, we have peace and harmony. We have spiritual abundance. And we have the miracle of forgiveness. So the miracle of forgiveness and peace and harmony is very interesting to me that they both come up, because it's like you're being given the opportunity to forgive something in order to feel that sense of peace. Like you want to let go of anything that causes you to tighten up and bring your shoulders up to your ears. Like just let that go. You don't need to carry that anymore. Just forgive. Just forgive. It doesn't mean you have to be best friends with the person or be fond of the situation. Like it just means that it is what it is. You have done the best that you can to move past it. And the best way to release it is by forgiving from the heart. And that brings spiritual abundance. You make space in your heart when you forgive. So, manifesting your greatness, this card says get out of your own way. I will say group 3, I feel a lot of and this isn't to be I hope this doesn't come across as mean, but I feel a lot of type A personality here. So get out of your own way is kind of straightforward. The message of releasing and forgiving and surrendering is big here, and grounding yourself. Well, group 3, if you were impressed, feel free to connect with me through a personal reading where we can get specific to your experiences. The link to book is down below in the description. And if you're still watching, please like, share, comment on this video, and let me know how this message resonated with you. It's been my pleasure to do this reading, and I hope to talk to you all again very soon.